You know, whenever we talk about AI, the conversation usually goes to its incredible power, its potential, and, of course, all the risks. But visionary thinker Simon Sinek wants us to look at it from a completely different angle. He's asking, what is the hidden cost of all this AI-driven perfection? So let's dive into what he's getting at. So, Sinek kicks things off with this incredible story. Just picture this for a second. You get into a fight with your partner. So to fix it, you go to ChatGPT to write the absolute perfect apology. And it is. It's well written, it takes accountability, it says everything you're supposed to say. But then your partner just looks at you and asks, "Did you get this from ChatGPT?" And in that one moment, boom, all the authenticity is just gone. You technically did everything right, but in the process, you lost the one thing that actually mattered, that messy, imperfect human touch.
And that story, it just perfectly tees up the big question we're digging into here. As we're all racing towards this future of AI-driven efficiency and perfection, what are the essential human bits that we might be accidentally leaving behind? What are we losing? And that leads us right into Sinek's core argument, which he frames as the journey versus the destination. Now, we've all heard that saying, right? Life's about the journey. Well, Sinek argues that with tools like AI, our society has become dangerously obsessed with only the destination, getting the final, perfect answer as fast as possible.
And this slide, it really lays out the trade-off, doesn't it? On one side, AI is just fantastic at giving us that destination, the finished output, the clean answer, pure efficiency. But what Sinek's saying is that the real value for us as people is in the journey. It's the struggle that actually builds our character. It's the messy process that forces us to learn. It's the effort itself that gives us wisdom.
Sinek makes this so clear when he talks about his own experience. He says he became smarter and more resourceful, not because he now has a finished book on a shelf, but because of the grueling, difficult, excruciating process of writing it. It's a huge reminder. When you let something else do the hard work for you, you're basically outsourcing your own growth.
Okay, so this leads to a really fascinating, almost counterintuitive idea. In a world that's just obsessed with machine-made flawlessness, Sinek suggests that our future, our value, lies in embracing the exact opposite. He brings up the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi. Now, this is a whole philosophy that finds beauty not in perfect symmetry and polished surfaces, but in imperfection. It's the idea that things are actually more beautiful because they're a little flawed, because they're handmade, because they're unique. And hey, this isn't some high-level abstract concept, right? Think about it. A handmade ceramic bowl that's a little bit wonky or uneven often has way more charm than a perfectly uniform one that just rolled off a factory line. Or think about two grandmasters playing chess. It's the surprising, unpredictable human error, not the perfect computer-calculated moves, that makes the game so thrilling. Imperfection. It's like the signature of humanity. So what happens? What happens when our world is just flooded with all this perfect, flawless AI-generated content? Well, Sinek has a pretty bold prediction for what comes next. Well, his prediction is that the more perfect and artificial everything gets, the more we're going to start craving something real. Genuinely human-made art, writing, music, you name it, that stuff is going to command a premium. He even jokes that an email with a typo in it might soon feel more trustworthy than a perfectly polished AI-generated one. And this all builds to this incredible irony that Sinek points out. Get this. Back in the 80s, it was the factory workers who were being told they had to reskill because robots were coming for their jobs. And who was telling them that? The knowledge workers. Well, fast forward to today, and it's the knowledge workers, the coders, the writers, the finance pros, who are now being told they have to reskill because of AI. The tables have completely turned, and that signals a massive shift in what skills we're going to value. So if AI is handling all the technical stuff, the knowledge work, where does that leave us? What should we be focusing on? Sinek's answer is actually pretty clear. We have to double down on the skills that make us uniquely, irreplaceably human. And here's the thing. These are the skills that AI just can't truly replicate. It can mimic empathy, sure, but it can't actually feel it. These are the human muscles we have to consciously choose to exercise. Actually learning to listen to someone, resolving a conflict, taking real accountability. These are the skills of the journey. You learn them through messy human interaction. You don't download them from a server. And Sinek has this brilliant analogy that just wraps this whole idea up perfectly. He says it's like AI is giving everyone a boat. And that's great. Use the boat to get across the water faster. But what happens when a storm hits and you fall out? If you never learned how to swim because the boat was always there, you're in big trouble. So his point is simple. Yeah, use the boat, but also learn how to swim. Don't let the convenience of the tool make you lose the essentials. So in the end, what Sinek is really doing is leaving us with a choice. As AI gets better and better at giving us these instant, perfect shortcuts to the destination, the question is, will we have the wisdom and the discipline to intentionally choose the harder path, the messier path, the more rewarding human journey?